The remake, you can play it, can't you? Or download
Stormy
it?
Ascent, yes, you can actually, but you're gonna get to play it before that, before we even get a PS4, because all you need is a Game Shark. But we'll cross that bridge, cross that high road another time. This volume up here. So this is one of those levels that we couldn't even get to this level as a kid. But imagine if we did.
Wait, did we ever beat this game as kids?
Not as kids. We definitely didn't.
Guess
We
that's
never.
true.
Because you know what it is? Now this is another thing they changed in the Insane trilogy. Now you can save whenever you want. You don't have it. You know what I mean? The bonus level is just like a... And they made it so the bonus level boxes in Crash 1 count towards the box total.
Oh.
So for better or for worse. You know, in my opinion, for worse. Like in this, it's an independent entity, the bonus level. It doesn't affect you. You don't have to get any of the boxes. It's just, you know, if you want the Wumpa Fruit and you want the lives and whatever, then you do it. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, escaped out.
See, sometimes the broken mechanics work in your favor. There's another part. The only part I'm actually worried about is another part like that, where it's just like you have to drop out of a hole in the wall like that and land on a moving platform, and it's like so hard to time it right. But yeah, so in this game, obviously, you can only save after beating the bonus. That's what the bonus level's for, saving. You know what I mean? You would get the option after you beat the bonus level to either save the game if you had a memory card. Keep in mind it's back in 1996. Or it would show you a password. Remember how that's another...
Square X, triangle, triangle, X, square X, triangle.
There you go. That was Boulder Dash. That is the Boulder Dash password. You know? All these insane youngins, they wouldn't even know what a password is.
Yeah.
Unreal. I can't believe I jumped the gun on that.
Well, what hit you and made you die? I thought we just slid off.
There's spikes right there. Fuck. I can't believe I just botched that. I was literally, Patience, really? This game is mostly about patience.
Timing.
Timing, which comes with the patience. But like, you know, people talk about how much harder OG Crash 96 is than the other games, and it is true.
You should be a Crash Bandicoot historian.
I mean, I am. You know, there's no shit.
I think you could like make a living off of the Crash Bandicoot.
I know. Well, so I don't know if I told you, Chris, but my plan... Did I tell you about my plan to actually make the Krish Bandicoot mod?
Yeah, let me see.
So, alright, so this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a thorough thing. It's going to be basically just a mod for Crash Bandicoot 1, like this game we're playing right now. Okay? First of all, picture a version of Crash Bandicoot that had all the cut content, like, reintegrated and finished. So, like, it has Slippery Climb, I mean, it has Stormy Ascent, it has the waterfall level, it has the underground Abzu cave level. You know what I mean?
That would have been sick to have as a level.
I know, but so listen to this. It's gonna have, you know, anything that I can't find the actual information and mathematics on where it was supposed to go. Because like if you play like if you look at the alpha version of the game that leaked, it's got a different layout on the levels are in a little bit different order on a different map. It's a 2D map, not a 3D rendering of the map. And some levels are out of order, but there's also, you know, somewhere out there you can see where some of those cut levels were supposed to go, Chris.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna figure all that out, go back in, make it just like the most expanded version of Crash Bandicoot OG 96 possible. Then I'm gonna go back in and just mod it with custom skin. You know what I mean? It's gonna be you've seen Krish Bandicoot, yes?
Yep.
But check this out. So it's gonna be mostly aesthetic shit. That's gonna be cool, but that's superficial. But then, do you remember how in Crash 3 you could pull out a bazooka? It was one of the special things you got from beating one of the bosses.
That's part of the game I played the least was Crash 3.
Yeah,
I
for good reason.
I got like 98% on Crash 2.
Yep. I'm getting a new copy of Crash 2 from my buddy Emmett pretty soon. But anyway, we'll talk about Crash 3 in a sec. But do you remember the bazooka I'm talking about?
Yes.
The Wumpa bazooka.
I remember most both that game be at the motorcycle.
But Chris, please
Yes,
let
I
me
remember
finish my
that.
point. So the only actual functional tweak that's going to be different in Krish Bandaloot. Have you noticed in Krish Bandaloot logo, there's a boombox instead of just like the bone rack that is normally behind Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah.
Like, see on that Crash Bandicoot cover, Chris, like Crash is like on top of like a rack of ribs or something. Instead of that, on our version, it's a boombox, right? See where I'm going with this? So I'm gonna add. This is gonna be hard to do, but I'm gonna implement a mechanic where instead of pulling out the bazooka, he pulls out the fucking ghetto blaster.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be this like custom soundtrack integration feature, and that's like a huge selling point of the OmniStation, Chris, is the custom soundtrack analog override. Well, so I don't know if I mentioned this, right? So OmniStation itself, obviously, what are the 3 consoles in the OmniStation, Chris?
PlayStation, PS1, PS2.
No, Chris. Are you serious, dude? We have all 3 consoles here.
The internet one, the
No,
PlayStation.
dude, there are 3 consoles sitting in this apartment. There's,
Oh
my god.
N64, Sega Saturn, PlayStation.
Thank you. Holy shit, dude. Okay, so moving on. Oh, sorry, this is a sensitive timing part. So, I don't know if I told you in my plan to do the OmniStation, it's gonna be, you know, working drives and parts from all those consoles so you can play any game from any of those consoles. But it's going to have a custom soundtrack feature. It's also going to be like PlayStation was initially supposed to be, like a all-in-one music player, like it plays CDs. So obviously it's going to play CDs, but it's going to play cassettes, and there's going to be a cassette player built in, a cassette deck. And then I don't know how I'm going to wire this yet, but it's definitely possible to have it set. Maybe one of the 2 audio channel, like red and white wires, will be coming directly from that cassette deck. The whole point is to have, you can hardwire in to your game custom analog cassette audio to override the soundtrack. In a game like Crash Bandicoot, you know, obviously it wouldn't be like a menu version, it'd be kind of a haggard method, but in a game like Crash Bandicoot, you go in the options, you can turn off the music.